Okay, so here is this thing that I've been talking about so much. It's my Diary of a Wimpy Kid the Getaway theory. Okay? So it starts off just very simply. So here's Greg. He's celebrating, having fun, because he says, "Yay, it's Christmas! It's Christmas, everybody." Well, you get the gist. Anyway, so his dad comes by and he says, this is the dad, his name is Frank. So he says, I bet. Okay. Alright. Okay, so basically he says, alright, bet. Anyway, and then he says, look at this commercial. Your mom and I went to this place for our honeymoon, and instead of going to have a normal Christmas, we're gonna go to the island where your mom and I went when we were married and all that stuff. Okay? That's basically what he said. Of course, Greg over here, he's all like, what the quiz knack, Dad? I want to stay here for Christmas and have a normal Christmas and play Twisted Wizard with Rowley. And the dad is all like, nah, we going to the island. And the mom over here, she says, that sounds like a good idea. Wouldn't you say so, Roderick? Okay, and so Roderick's over here. He's just like, that's Roderick, and he's all like, oh yeah, Greg, shut your pie hole, and we're going on an adventure. And then Manny's over here just like, Bubby, you pollute bad. We go on island and have fun. And so we've got the whole happy Heffley family here, and they're just getting along normally, like, a normal Heffley family would. Alright. Alright, so anyway, some stuff happens, and they're on the airplane now, and they're going to the island and everything. And here's where the first part of my theory comes in, okay? Alright, you're gonna have to sit with me. Let's just say this is Frank. Okay? And let's just say this is Greg. And this is the pilot. Okay? Now, okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and say this is Bob. Okay? Anyway, so in the book it states that, well, let's change it because Frank has frequent flyer stuff. That means he can go into first class, okay? So that means he's gone on a lot of business trips, So he's traveled. He's gone from here, there, everywhere around the world, probably, maybe not. And you can remember in the book where it freezes over, he's not even there. He's all the way over here somewhere. All right, and so he's not even there when the town freezes over. It was all like, Greg was probably all like, "What the quiz neck, Dad?" Again, he says that, and let's put some angry eyes on it. Oh, the quiz neck, Dad. Anyway, so we know that Frank over here, he likes to travel a lot. Well, I mean, he has to travel a lot because he's on business trips a lot, because he works. He's a business guy, So, hold up. Okay, so anyway, they get to the island and everything. Some shenanigans happen, and here's Frank. Okay. Now, let's go back in time about, let's say 20 years, because I bet, Roderick's about 20-ish. Okay, so anyway, the mom and the dad just got there to the island, and it's their wedding day and everything, or it's after their wedding. So we all know what happens on honeymoon, it's just like, okay? So, I think they, and the morning after, Frank was looking for more, and he was like, hey, let's do it. And the mom says, nah, I'm tired. And so he's all like, well, okay, I'm just going to go out for a walk. So, move her out of the way. And, we move Frank over here, and he lost part of his head because he's just, he lost his cool, he blew his top. So he's just like, man, you know what, I'm just going to go for a walk. And while he's doing that, he sees this lady. She's a person who works and lives on the island. Her name is, let's just call her Maria or whatever. I don't know. She's a local woman, so she's all like, hello, hello. Hang on a second. Okay, so you know how it is. She says, "Oh, hola, Frank." No, she doesn't even know his name yet. Hola there, you are off for a walk on your own? And Frank's all like, "Yeah, just walking around chilling." And she's all like, "Wanna grab a drink?" And Frank's all like, "Sure, might as well." And so the two of them, they go off and they get a drink, and things happen. Okay, I mean, this kind of stuff happens. I mean, the mom's over here just chilling, in the hotel room probably. So here's where it gets kind of complicated. Stick with me now, okay? So Frank, boom, boom, pow, pow, pow. I mean, like, it's just a thing that happens. I wouldn't know because I'm not married. Anyway, so they boom, boom, pow, 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 and so she's like, "Oh, Francisco, please stay on the island with me forever." And he's all like, he's just like, "Nah, I can't, man. I just gotta go." And I was like, "Hi, honey, are you ready to go back to Heavenly Town?" And he's like, "Sure." And they get on the airplane and they go whoosh, and so they out. And what's her name again? Maria over here. She's all like, "My tummy doesn't feel too good." That's what she says. She's just my tummy didn't feel too good. And so she finds out later that she has a baby. Because Frank got her pregnant. Oh, let's just be blunt here. Frank got her pregnant. And by the time that Susan and Frank get back, okay, Susan and Frank, Heffley, once they get back, they boom boom pow pow again, and then she gets pregnant with Roderick here. So at about the same time, Roderick is born, and this kid is born, and he's called Rodrigo, and he looks just like Roderick, except his hair spikes up like that. Well, Roderick's hair just like boom, boom, pow. I mean, like, I play Loaded Dipper, Mom. That's what I do. Anyway, so back to the island and everything. We got all this done over here. So they meet with Francis, or they meet Francisco, but he's sort of, kind of, I don't know. He's been staying on the island because his mom works there, and he's all like, "Hello, kids, I'm gonna be your fun activity guy for today," and so a whole lot of shenanigans go on. They go and they go out and they swim, snorkel and everything. Oh, and it's funny because they accidentally leave Roderick behind, and they forget about him, and they're like, well, "Where's Roderick?" And so Roderick's all like, "I'm over here," and they're like, "Where?" And he's all like, "I'm over here." And they go back, and he's sunburned now, so I'm gonna refer to him forever, or for the rest of this video, as Redrick. Okay. All right. So let's put Redrick over here. He's just chilling. Now, they have more hefty antics and everything, and they go back and they're all like, "It was fun, it was fun," and then they, live happily ever after. So here's where it all comes together. Francisco, no, that's Francisco. Gosh, sorry, Rodrigo. I'm just saying, Rodrigo is Frank's unlegitimate son over here. Okay, I mean, like, you got Redrick over here. And Greg came along later. I don't even know, maybe 20 no, maybe 15. I'm not sure. Years later, but after 15 years, I mean, Roderick, he's probably 20. Greg's probably like 15, maybe. I mean, like, I don't know. He's in middle school still. I'm not sure. And Rowley's over here, old squarehead. He's just like, that looks like Peter from Family Guy. Hey, Lois, it's me, Peter. Peter? Yeah, it's Peter from Family Guy. Yeah. Holy crap, it's me, Peter. That's my catchphrase, isn't it? I'm not sure. I don't watch Family Guy. I'm not sure. So he's out of here. He's done. He's not even part of this theory. So I mean, like, that's just basically where where it all lies. So I'll reiterate again. Redrick, sorry, is child of Frank, and Maria, on that day that she met up with Frank, they met up, and so they accidentally made Rodrigo, yeah, whatever. Anyway, they made Rodrigo over here, and he's just like, "I can't even believe it, Mom. Why didn't you tell me?" And she's like, "I did tell you." And he's like, "No, Mom, you didn't tell me." He's like, "I did tell you." All right. And then, it gets all crazy from here. I mean, like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the island afterwards you don't even get to see. But, I mean, I bet, I'm pretty sure, all right, I'm pretty sure that there's some sort of, like, natural disaster. And everybody's like, "Oh no, oh no," and this is like Maria over here. She goes, "Oh, let's make it bigger." And Rodrigo over here, he's like, "Oh, I'm just barely injured." And he's like, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." And then he's all like, "Oh, Maria, Ma, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm wounded." Oh, he's like, "Oh no." It's like, "Oh, I want you to go check the guest register." "Why, Mama? Why?" "Because I want you to go find Frank Heffley. And I want you to kill him." And Rodrigo's all like, "But Mom, I can't. He's my dad." And she's like, "No, he's not your dad." And he's all like, "But you told me." And she's like, "Yeah, but," and then he's all like, "But he's my dad." And he's like, "Well, your dad left me behind with you." He's all like, "He did what?" "You just told me, but still, I'm stunned." And he's all like, how do you draw Nani? He's all like, nah. He's all like, "Nani?" And he's all like, "Don't worry, Mother. you have given me the task with your dying breath to go and kill Francisco Heffley. And so he departed immediately, and he took his Nani sign with him. He departed immediately, and he's like, "Goodbye, sweet mother. I see you later." And he's all like, "I will kill Frank Heffley." And that's about where it is. In the future, I don't know what will happen. We just gotta leave that and see what Jeff Kinney will do. I mean, it's it'll be worth the wait to see the antics of Rodrigo and Redrick maybe meeting up and being like, "Brother," because then they'll just go through another story arc of who came first, like who came first. But it's a theory for a different day. So that's my Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The Getaway. Rodrigo is related to Frank Heffley and Greg Heffley and Roderick Heffley, Redrick. That's that theory. And don't forget Manny. That's my theory.